Did you know that? Slavic? You're white man worshiping. Do you understand?
Yeah, Slavic boy.
Do you understand how you're doing that?
Slavic.
So basically you're saying, because see, this is the white man's goal, to make everything artificially. They can prove that they don't need God. They don't need the natural thing.
We are gods.
So think about it. Just because they made fake ass sugar, does that mean you don't supposed to eat real sugar instead of?
What are you even talking about, man?
I'm talking about all the artificial things that they've made.
What are you talking about? I said the sun always been here, and you talking about artificial.
So are you saying because they made artificial meat, we don't need to eat real meat?
Good gosh,
they done made motherfucking artificial fucking growth. What they call it?
So you saying they made modified? So you agree? Oh, I thought so.
No, I don't agree.
Okay, what are we talking about then?
You said that they can make light, so we don't.
I didn't say they made light. I said daylight don't need the sun. You misconstrued.
No, you said we can make light without the sun.
I never said we can make light. I said the sun don't need daylight. Quit putting words in my goddamn mouth.
You said both of those things. You said
I ain't say both or nothing. I just told you what I said.
Because first I told you daylight is based on the sun. Okay.
I said it ain't.
So what do you base daylight on? How do you get daylight without the sun?
It's just there. Just like when the vapor canopy is here.
How could daylight be here?
It's just
daylight light is based on the sunrise.
Okay. It's not.
How? Show me this other daylight, sir.
So you gotta understand gates. You gotta understand gates. You gotta understand how things work and move in conjunction with each other.
Man,
the sun is just a new object.
Physics 1, physics 2. Boy, I could show you a fucking free motion diagram and show you how shit.
And he knows this. Everybody, no one else knows what the sun is. This guy knows.
What you talking about?
And y'all been up there to move the sun around, huh?
We didn't talk about
physics.
We're talking about daylight, sir.
Yeah, you don't know. You just know what people told you. You been up there.
You just know what people told you.
It's nighttime right now, right?
What's your point?
And
I told you.
The point is, the next day,
things move around.
Will be counted at daylight, sunrise. I don't know
all right, man. Whatever.
All right, man. I don't know
about this. Hold on, bro. Please explain. See, you don't backed off your.
You just like to talk. I mean, you just like to talk.
You like to talk.
You didn't explain to me how you get daylight, nigga, without the sun.
Oh shit! Tell him.
I already told you once. You just overtalk me. That's what y'all like to do. You like to overtalk and try to move fast and ask all these questions.
You gotta talk too fast and Yankee speak.
Been told, everything works like
what the hell?
Like Tuesday. You ever seen a working clock without a battery? Where you just have a lot of conjunctions rotating and moving and everything just works. Like how the stars rotate around Earth and Polaris stays in the middle and doesn't move. When you look at a time lapse camera.
Yeah, explain the southern pole, dude. This has already been debunked, dude. Flat Earth has been debunked. Flat Earth is dead.
So what does got to do with the sun and daylight, though? I'm just trying to figure that out. You jumped on here to tell me
is dead.
We don't need the sun. And
we don't. The sun is new. Every daylight will still come up if the sun wasn't here. Because everything works in time.
How do you know this?
What will replace the light? What's lighting the earth up then?
Who told you this?
That's his own inner light. You gotta understand where it comes from.
So you saying
just like the northern lights. Does the sun make the northern lights?
The sun doesn't make northern lights.
Actually, it is part of the reason why the northern lights exist.
It's a magnetic.
Not because of that sun in the sky we see now.
Yes, it is.
No, sir.
Ain't got nothing to do with sunlight.
Okay,
bro.
that's fine.
The northern lights are not sunlight. The northern lights
hold on. We ain't finna let this nigga veer off the curve on some northern lights. Cause you only see them at only certain parts of the earth. You can't even see them down here where we at.
Yes, you can.
I'm in Michigan.
You're talking about light that could be seen all over the fucking one side of the earth.
We just talking about,
man. It's depending on weather, guys.
And he said the sun knew. So
The
the
light
earth,
Depending
ain't,
on
the
solar weather.
sunlight's not all over the earth at one time. What you talking about, man?
I said,
Neither are the northern lights.
one hemisphere. I said one hemisphere. One
Sunlight's
side of that
undeniable,
bit.
man.
See, look at you.
We all experience sunlight, dude.
So what the earth? So you trying to say the earth was here first before the sun?
We got artifacts when the sun just got here. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Okay. Okay, sure, buddy.
So where did the sun come from? It flew over here, or it just appeared out of the blackness of space?
We gotta get you to the part where you understand what the sun is.
Listen,
Oh, yeah.
I'm asking you where
know
this
what it is.
You say it's new. Teach us, my friend. When did it get here? Here.
About
You don't know.
put about matter of fact, I'm gonna go get the artifact. Smoke signal.
YouTube pseudo.
I'm gonna have to send you some stuff with
So
the
you
coin.
talking about if I don't stop talking to this
Because I'm gonna
nigga,
give you the date because the timeline's gonna jack you up.
this
So I'm gonna have
nigga
to tell you the original date. When the
man.
sun first got here, and then how it starts off at 01, and when it first got here, we had mirrors, big giant mirrors taller than the Empire State Building, reflecting the sun back at itself. You know, in our cities. Yep.
Okay.
It's all on artifacts too.
Why would
Hey
Rob,
Rob, when I pull out my whip and put your ass back in your cage, boy.
Okay,
hey,
buddy.
big bro,
You don't talk when the king's
why
talking.
would these people make big mirrors to reflect the sun, and the sun just got there? They ain't even know what the fuck the sun was.
We did. It ain't no new. It ain't new.
I thought you said it was new. Now you said it ain't new.
New to this area. You don't understand, man.
Man, you just killed your damn self. You don't forgot what the fuck you said.
You gotta fight the enemies. They come from other places.
This is a good tactic though to bring in people who think you guys sound
man. Y'all can talk to this nigga, man. This nigga just said the sun ain't new. The sun new. The sun.
Yeah,
new.
he said the sun isn't giving
It
light.
ain't new. It ain't new. It ain't new. I'm like, man, what the fuck is the nigga talking about, man? Get this nigga
Man, we just got the sun vibes, man.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm talking to him.
Y'all see one day, y'all all still brainwashed.
The internet's a fun place.
Man, we ain't brainwashed. You know how we know we ain't brainwashed? You know how I know we ain't brainwashed? Because we all know you're a goddamn character playing a troll.
Man. Ain't no troll. You just, your conscience, you ain't been here long enough. You ain't got the future. It's all right.
Even though I knew you had that little, your little character.
It's all right, though, man.
Well, but now I'm saying you kind of, I don't know, you kind of threw me off.
I know you ain't ready for that, man.
No one talks like this, dude. This guy talks like
you were really ready to debate, and you really had some information that backs some shit up. But to say the sun is new and it was daylight before the sun, I need to know what the fuck was lighting us up. You said the inside of us lit up.
In the beginning,
he said they had mirrors.
Or sun. In the beginning, was it the sun or was it light?
Man, in the beginning of what? The very, very beginning.
Well, you follow your sci-fi book, you can believe.
Are you talking about the very, very beginning?
The beginning don't mean the beginning of this world. It's just the beginning of a point of time. The world keeps going. There's no beginning or end. It's not linear. So your mind is still linear. That's one problem.
There is a beginning to this physical world.
Yeah.
All right, man. You said you took physics, though. All right.
That's time.
YouTube physics, baby.
Math.
So what you know about temporal illusion then?
Temporal illusion. Big words. Big words.
What does temporal mean?
You said it's a beginning to the physical world?
Yeah.
What did it begin? I mean, what did it begin from? Something non-physical?
Exactly.
Okay, I'd like to see that happen. I need to see somebody conduct that experiment to get something physical, something non-physical.
No different than your thoughts. You have your thoughts that are non-physical, then you turn them bitches into physical.
Okay, how do you turn something non-physical into something physical, brother? Is all I'm trying to ask you.
All I'm trying to tell you is through thought. The Supreme had a thought. and life began. This process began.
I mean, that sounds good, but I mean, there's no way to substantiate that, bro.
Oh, through thought.
Yeah, no
Before
one,
the
no one
sun,
knows
before or
the
after the sun? Did your thought create the sun?
Who?
No one knows the origin of the universe. You're right.
Exactly. There was the first sun. It was the first great. But actually, if you want to go back to the beginning of the universe,
your inner sun.
There's no beginning as far as there was always the supreme. Now, as far as these different units of life, that was a begin. That ain't always been. Some take it to the call it the outpouring and the inpouring. I look at it like the heartbeat of the supreme one. They looking at it like the Big Bang Theory. The shit exploded out of nothing. All the shit expanded out. It's all just the heartbeat of the supreme. One heartbeat is one universal light, like the whole universe living and then dying, and that shit start back over, living and dying over again like that. You know what I mean? Now the Vedics speak about these what's the word for them? Different periods of universe living and dying, and they're going through about 84 of them. Basically, we on about the 20th one, somewhere up in there. I'm probably off on the exact numbers on that, but I ain't gonna say they right on the exact numbers. But the concept is what we trying to do just to get here. You feel me? I don't think nobody know the exact time, the exact cycle, the exact count. I think that shit been lost. But the concept gonna remain. So the concept is always remaining. If the knowledge will be recovered, you eventually remember. You eventually start back to understand, okay, this what the fuck been going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like a process of gaining the knowledge to supreme and losing it and starting back over. It's the law of rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Rise and fall. Nations rise, nations fall. You live, you die. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way of it. It's just a rhythmic flow of the universe, man. That's all I can say. Feel me?
Y'all gonna let them get away with that shit?
Cause they can't combat
shit,
it.
Man.
This shit
logic. Shit, man.
This shit on point. You are your supreme. You are part of the supreme. You chose your life. You chose this life to live in. You don't believe that shit? There's some documentaries right now where the little kids tell you they chose their parents. I remember my past life. I chose y'all right here in this book. I used to be a pilot, nigga. Nigga, Dalai Lama already know this shit, nigga. They go get their llama, man. We know who our people are. Why the Rothschilds? Let's talk about them motherfuckers. These secret societies that y'all didn't want to motherfucker bury one day. When I tried to bury that shit, y'all say, oh, all this history fake, all this. I ain't talking about you, Smoke, but you remember these motherfuckers. But they didn't want to kill secret societies. I said, well, damn, if all the history fake, why ain't this secret society shit fake? Why ain't the Masons fake? Why ain't the motherfucking Rosicrucians fake? Why ain't these motherfucking Illuminati fake? If all this other shit fake, they wanted to hold on to that shit. You feel me? Man, come on, man.
Peace. Hey, who just talking?
Hey, Rule.
That's he going off on a tangent. You know, we up here challenging the sun. He not having that. But go ahead. You can
I think y'all nigga better listen to that nigga, dog. Y'all better listen to that nigga, dog. That nigga standing on some shit, dog. I went through a lot of shit he's saying. I mean, interested me. That's why I came on the panel. I need to build with you one day, hey, Rue.
I'm here for you, my friend. I love you, brother. We all here together. We chose this existence. Better live that shit.
You and Heru building together sound like a comedy tour, my nigga.
Damn.
Smoke you, smoke your ass, man.
That'll be a hard one to do because I can see me in opposition with Darvis. He's in alignment with me today. I'm shocked.
Nigga, listen. A lot of shit you be talking about, my nigga, I studied.
When you are in alignment with Doris Baylock, man, you might need to reevaluate your motherfucking position.
If you're aligning with Darvis Baylock, my nigga, you might need to change your name to God.
What if Tony Stark used Darvis instead of Jarvis?
Then we'll make a you.
I want to answer.
Hey, we ever done last time.
Nigga say he think the sun is sliding through space, right? I will argue there's only space. It's space all around you, nigga. If this wasn't, nigga, you'll be crushed in on yourself.
Real shit.
If it wasn't space around the earth would be crushed. The walls are closed in on it. Where's these imaginary walls? Y'all want to act like space don't exist.
So you have a way. You know you have a way of making your rhetoric sound convincing, my nigga. I mean, you almost had me with that one. If I just sit back and critically think about what the hell you was talking about, even though I can honestly say you don't know what the fuck you talking about, but it sounded good. Carry on, entertain us.
Man, you gotta listen to him. Man. You just hearing him.
That nigga said we'll be crushed without space. Come on, bro.
Exactly, crushed, man. Like
you need space around you. If a nigga in your space, you want to back their ass up.
Back up.
Nigga, if the walls closed in on you, you'll run out of space and be crushed. Nigga, if you trapped in the motherfucking cave somewhere, nigga, you need space to crawl through that bitch or you gonna get your ass crushed.
By the rocks.
Man, I don't want to hear shit else about space. Or you need to tell me where the fuck is everything at? Is it inside the walls? Is it inside the rocks? Where the fuck is everything at?
Why you hiding shit?
Everything is where it's always been, brother.
In space.
I got a question, Haru. You think the firmament is made of water or glass?
Damn.
I'm gonna lean more towards a watery substance, more dense type water, because the reason why I lean more toward that when I saw the underwater lakes and it was a super saline dense water where they tried to bring their little remote subs in that bitch and them bitches couldn't go in. It'll go in, it'll bounce out of them bitches. But it was some kind of electrical eels in them bitches. That, you know what I'm saying, that'll zap your ass. And it was a shoreline of some kind of crazy ass shrimp. It was just a whole nother
killer shrimp
ecosystem. So I was like, okay, the ancients do speak of this as a watery substance. Like everything was created out of this black watery substances that we call space.
Black water.
So that's why I was like, okay, they call it spaceship, like a boat. Maybe they is floating through a watery substance, but they trying to make it seem like it's a vacuum. And so I know they lying to us about some of it, but they just ain't lying about everything. That's impossible. They perfect liars. I don't believe it.
Exactly.
Everybody knows every lie has some elements of truth. We know that.
Okay.
That's what makes the lie. That's what makes a lie convincing.
Okay.
Do y'all describe everything
right there,
as a black hole?
Let's pick one lie, and can we find the glimpses of truth out of it? Let's say the moon.
Oh shit.
There, or just space itself, planets, satellites. Is there any glimpse of truth in those lies?
Oh man.
Yes.
I don't think the satellites really.
Those things that they're calling planets can be observed, so that's not a lie. That's actually true. They can be observed. Whether or not there are rocks floating in space following the sun, well, to me, that has yet to be determined.
Oh shit.
I don't think they're following the sun. I
Only
think
you can observe the sun. Hold on, you can observe the sun like clockwork, to where you can actually mathematically predict the day when it's gonna rise again, and you can predict where that planet will be at a certain day, and you can point your telescope during that time. So that's enough evidence to say they're following the same path. It's been so consistent for thousands of years.
Damn, teach him, man.
Hey, Rue, you spend a lot of time. By the way, peace to the panel.
Peace,
brother. Peace to the God.
You spend a lot of time focusing on things of the unknown, and also spend that same amount of energy on shit that you can reach out and touch, and then say it don't exist and you don't believe it. Why is that?
First of all, I think that's false because the sun is known. It's very well known. It's probably the most known object in the world.
Right. You just said you don't believe something, right?
I never said that. I said I'm wrapped in belief.
No, but
I'm a fighter for belief. Any nigga who claim they don't believe, they gotta fight with me sometime.
Mm. All right.
What is the unknown? What unknown you were speaking of?
Damn. You just hit him with the walking uppercut, dude.
Well, the unknown, what you always speak of, right?
I don't know. I've spoken of known things. The sun, we can track every day, thousands of years, historical documents, everywhere on stone, on pyramids, even the ancient Indians. How do you talk about the sun unknown?
Damn. That's the guru.
I didn't mention anything about the sun. You mentioned this.
But that's this whole topic. So maybe you didn't know the topic. I forgive you, my friend.
You actually have a topic?
I think Smoke just mentioned it. He said, I'm standing on the sun and I'm not having it.
Mm. Okay. Go ahead.
Your avatar look like the sun. Somebody got you mixed up with me one day.
Hey man, don't let him beat you up with your own avatar, bro. Don't you got to fight back.
Nah, I'm just asking. I mean, obviously he ain't hearing himself talk. I'm gonna leave him alone.
What unknown? I'm trying to figure out the unknowns. I didn't talk about no goals. I ain't talk about none of that. Okay, maybe the death part. That's what you talk about? The Dalai Lamas?
You talk about a lot of stuff all the time.
I'm trying to open up the door for you to be able to punch me.
Damn.
So sun and Ra. Make a correlation to that.
Oh, that was just an ancient Kemet pronunciation of calling this power, the spirit, the actual forces, the whole.
Bingo. That's an unknown.
What's unknown? The forces of the sun?
Ra. And the sun and the correlation. That is an unknown.
That's not unknown.
That
I got that in actual.
That is unknown. It cannot be substantiated. There is no physical evidence of that.
Oh, there are physical written in stone of the word Ra.
Who translated that? Who actually translated that? God dang.
It's been translated by several now. It's widely accepted.
Really? Are you sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
You sure about that? Exactly. Are you sure about that? Just because it's widely accepted, that doesn't mean it's actually true. It's just been accepted.
Hey, the way I see it, it's just a word. I focus on concepts.
Okay.
Listen.
Why are you calling it the sun? Then why don't you call this original name Ra?
I call it Ra sometimes as well.
No, Ra is the god of the sun.
Most people know it as the sun. I don't want to force my beliefs on people.
But that's what I'm saying.
Make them call it Ra. They prefer to call it the sun, where they've been, you know. I'm okay with that.
That's what I'm saying. How do you know that the sun is actually originally called the sun? Because it's widely accepted. That don't mean it's the sun.
In English.
Did you
That's the
understand
name we
what I
gave it.
said? Did you understand what I said? He who make the meaning of your words is your ruler. Words change.
Words change.
Exactly.
Did you make up that word, son?
Concepts of your life is your rule.
You used to call it Helios.
Did you make up? Oh, they did. They did that too.
Yeah.
In Greek, yeah.
I mean, there's several names.
Right.
Atan. You know Atan Ra? See, you say Atan Yah, but you know Kemet Yah is the moon. So you really are Pan-African, and you really Egyptian, and you really believe in the sun.
See, there you go.
I've heard you speak.
You
and
there you go.
I said once a time.
You good at freestyling.
Know a lot about us over here.
You good at freestyling though.
He know a lot about us over here.
Yeah, I know a lot about a lot of stuff.
And your name is the sun and the moon. I don't know. But you say it's unknown. Obviously, you know.
Uh-huh.
Man, I kick ass on science too, Lady Spade. They don't want to talk code, building apps, using Unity.
See, the difference between my name, Heru.
Let's get into talking about
my name
affiliate marketing.
I didn't make that up. That's actually my name.
Talk about that shit.
That's actually my name. Just moved around. Different consonants, but it's actually the same name. That's my name.
Hey, man, I just told you what your name means in Kemet.
I don't make up names. That's my name.
Man, we learned all that from Phil Valentine, Bobby Hemmett, or.
Wait a minute. So who named you that?
I'm a junior.
Okay. Well, it's a nice name, sir. It's a strong name.
Now back to your beliefs. See, that's why I say you be like kind of on the 5150 bus with your beliefs and your unbeliefs, because you talk about things, but you really can't substantiate them. It sounds good though.
Well, I can't substantiate. We just talking about the sun, my friend. I can substantiate that shit do more for me and you than anybody's religion on this earth ever has done.
Okay, give me an example. Give me 3.
Okay, it feeds the water, so the plankton can eat, the fish can go, so on and so forth. Gives us warmth. Gives us so much warmth. It keeps us steady in orbit.
How do you know that the sun gives us warmth?
Shit, when it's cold outside, boy, I go out in that sun, boy, I be like, and nice warm. That's why I can't even live up north no more. I got family in New York. I'd be like, man, I ain't coming to see y'all ass. Y'all in that cold shit.
Well, why in the wintertime? Why in the wintertime when the sun's out, you go outside, you walk on that ground with no shoes and socks on? Why is that thing cold?
Because there's a balance. Can't just be all heat or all cold. Need some balance.
So would it be safe
all night? Need some balance.
Would it be safe to say that the actual heat, cold, and all those elements actually originate from the earth and then reflects from the sun?
Wait a minute.
So the sun is actually drawing the energy from the earth, vice versa, than the other way around.
Sir, I just explained that we can observe the sun feeding us energy daily. We cannot observe the earth feeding energy back to the sun.
The sun is supposed to gives off vitamin D, correct?
Yeah, correct. More than that. That's just some of the powers of the light of the sun.
Does that have to do anything with heat? Or is that some type of vitamin or some type of mineral?
I wouldn't say it has nothing to do with heat. but you could probably argue that the heat process helps create it. So I don't want to get too technical on it.
Might as well.
How? When we don't have no instruments to do the actual measurements.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But all I'm saying is, I could see this. I'm sorry. I tried to debunk it too. But until you can find me something that debunks that shit, the sun is the most powerful shit I know.
Now, if the sun,
I'm ruling in the bag right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to, I'm feeding him. I want him to get it off. Might as well get some get back so he ain't talking to
Now
himself.
the earth has energy and let off heat, and is a living being. So I agree with you. The energy, and it may do feed some energy to the sun. I'm not necessarily saying no, but as far as me observing it, I see more observation of what the sun is doing than what the earth is doing in return. That's all I'm saying.
So what if? Let me throw this at you, because you said the sun is the most powerful thing, right?
That I know.
Right. So could the sun, at its height of energy, destroy the earth?
It only have to be the height of his energy. It could send a flare here that will destroy this motherfucker.
Right. There's the periodic table chart is in the earth. We don't have that.
Hold on, science. You will see.
You're gonna be walking on silly putty.
I got a cartoon series based on the elements.
We don't have those elements in the earth. We walking on silly putty.
But listen, most of those elements are created in the sun first.
Right.
And do you understand a lot of the earth is from the energy and the material of the sun?
So let me ask you this, Haru. Do you believe all living life has to have sunlight?
No, not directly.
Okay.
But indirectly, they're getting this power of Ra. Remember, Ra is in the earth too. Ra is in your heart. Ra is in every living spirit. That's what we call the spirit of the supreme. So it goes beyond the sun. But there is life that lives deep in the earth, in the ocean, that doesn't see the sun at all. But there's an indirect process that allows that to happen.
Would you consider those minerals to be a form of a organism that has some type of energy, life in it?
Yes, that's why I was talking about the rocks being alive. Certain minerals, certain crystals, certain rocks are living beings. It takes life to feed life, so life don't feed off life.
Okay, I'm out of questions.
All right, Heru, you won. You and the sun won tonight, bro. Can't nobody challenge you in Raw.
Yeah, he held that down.
Next topic. Any other topics?
No, I want to ask AP. I want to ask AP about his upcoming debate with OTK concerning hunter-gatherer societies. You still there, AP?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. What's the two stances on this?
My bad, Smoke. I didn't get your question. Would you just want to just see what was up with it?
Yeah. What was the two stances on it?
I want to see where you stand on it.
I don't believe that our people was hunter and gatherers.
Okay, now give us a quick description or definition of a hunter gatherer.
Someone who goes around chasing animals for their food source
someone who gathers wild food, and if they doesn't successfully get those, they starve. It's usually a nomadic or semi-nomadic people.
Okay, and you are saying that at no time that your ancestors or you have ever been in a society like that?
Yes,
Ah,
I'm saying that.
that's gonna
Yeah,
be that's gonna be interesting. I don't go with that either. I don't think there was ever a time that motherfuckers was hunter gatherers. That's like some caveman shit, if you ask
I'm
me.
not saying that our people didn't hunt, and I'm not saying that our people didn't gather in the sense of getting shit. I'm saying what they call hunter and gatherer, someone who foraged for food, wild
Right,
food, and someone who
right.
hunts for the
Yeah.
food.
I
Yeah,
agree with you. I don't believe motherfuckers they ever came to that
yeah, we're not
or
talking about
started
somebody who,
or even started off like that.
yeah, we're talking about somebody who doesn't have the science of domestication or agriculture.
Bat, let me ask you a quick question. What OTK trying to say about it then? I was just trying to see if y'all finna be arguing about the same shit.
He's saying that our people was hunting and gathering at some point in time.
And y'all saying the American Indians primarily.
Yeah, the indigenous
Aboriginal or whatever y'all want to
yeah.
in America. Y'all sticking in America.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm.
Don't get your money took, OG.
That's gonna be interesting. I would love to see. When is it? I'm gonna make sure I see it.
26th.
Oh, April.
Yes, sir.
How much it cost? I paid $10 for that one, boy. Y'all need to start getting y'all. Hey man, I got a good ass idea, dog. For real, I ain't released that bit, but y'all got the enough motherfuckers to run with that shit. It's like a round robin type deal.